All right, real quick.
Guts are up.
George just crushed a whole large piece. You crushed that
George is trying to settle his stomach. That's part of his problem. George has been throwing up for the last 2 days. Got a serious ab workout.
Damn. Is that how you get your ab workout in the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice. Pepperoni in that motherfucker. Anyway, all right, guys. Go to uncutsports.com. We have finally got everything pretty much. Actually, a lot of people are actually going over there now. And it's pretty cool because you can you can sign in with your Facebook account now. Our podcast is there. You can find our podcast on iTunes. You can download it from iTunes. You can subscribe to the site and everything. So everything is pretty much over at Uncut Sports now. We're also looking for some, you don't have to be young, but some talented writers to write blogs. So if anybody out there is into journalism or has ever written or just wants to write or feels like they have a passion, riding, you know what I'm talking about. And you guys want to write, please hit me up at uncutkevin@gmail.com because we're looking for a few bloggers. Now,
I am the baddest of them all.
Go ahead, keep hitting it. Keep hitting that track.
Look, when y'all are done watching this video, just go up into your thing and type in Krispy Kreme, the baddest ever, because that little motherfucker is hilarious.
Let me tell you something. This guy is going to be big because he is a funny motherfucker.
As long as he doesn't let the rest of you YouTube haters bring him down, because I don't even understand how you can watch that video and hate it. That little motherfucker is
There's just
funny.
trolls out there that say negative shit, but the shit is hilarious.
Yeah, and look, Kevin and I don't like to pull you away from our videos, but this time
it's worth it.
Yeah, we understand.
It is definitely worth it.
I am the baddest of them all.
UFC 146 is going to have a lot of baddest of them all.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Jimmy and Kevin must be smiling from ear to ear because there will be on the main card, there's not going to be one technical fight. I'll be shocked if there's a submission of the night, it's not coming on the main card.
And forget the main. Look, on the preliminary Facebook card, you have Dan Hardy, Kyle Kingsbury. I mean, you have Mike Brown. You have a lot of. That's on the Facebook card.
Well, to me, it's the return of Glover Teixeira. For you guys who haven't known, I mean, he was having visa problems getting back into the country to fight, and the reason I know this is because of our good friend out in California. So this is another re-debut, I guess, of Glover in the UFC or his UFC debut. I'm not 100% sure. I just know he's been having visa problems, and I'm putting my money on Glover. I think he's going to knock Kingsbury out.
I think Dan Hardy's going to come out of it, and I think he's going to knock out.
He needs to because there's not much lower you can get than the prelim of a Facebook.
Yeah, and Mike Brown. I mean, that's crazy. Mike Brown 2 years ago was sitting. I mean, just was whipping everybody's ass, and now he's on the Facebook card, the preliminary card. Now there's another card, which is the preliminary card,
and that moves
to
FX.
That moves to FX, and I mean, you got Diego Brandao versus Darren Elkins. You have fucking Edson Barboza versus Jamie Varner. You have Jason Mayhem Miller fighting CB Dollaway.
Could be Mayhem's last fight.
Yeah, I think he's going to go through CB Dollaway. I think he's just too savvy. I think he had a bad thing when he fought Jake Shields.
Just depends on his conditioning.
Yeah.
As long as he gets his paperwork in for his testosterone.
Exactly. But I definitely have Mayhem Miller totally redeeming himself. We're in the mood right now. And also you have Paul Sass versus Jacob Volkmann.
It's basically what Kevin's getting at is even if you can't afford to buy the card, you should at least watch all the shit.
You can watch Facebook and yeah, I mean, and that we haven't even got to. Now we're getting to the main card, which is just basically a heavyweight bonanza. Big bombs dropping all over the mother. Boom, bam, bap, pow. Damn, I'm ready for this. This is a good-ass card, man. I'm getting excited talking about it, man.
Can I ask you a trick question?
Dana just paid me $400 to say that shit.
When is this card?
Huh?
When is this card?
When?
Yes.
What?
When?
Who?
When?
Not this weekend, but the next weekend.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. All right. The first
so
fight
that would be... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I'm good.
That would be... What is the day?
Is it Memorial Day weekend or the weekend before?
I don't know. You go ahead and get started, George.
All right. Anyway, the first card on the main card of the night has Mark Hunt versus Stefan Struve. Now, a lot of people they were marketing or lobbying for Mark Hunt to fill in for Alistair Overeem.
Memorial Day.
Okay. They were wanting Mark Hunt to fill in for Alistair Overeem. I think we're all glad that didn't happen. Yes. But I think with Mark Hunt, if Mark if he brings his brother to the ring, Mike, can pull this off for Stefan Struve, this might put his next fight in a title contendership.
Yeah, you know,
Mark's been on fire.
He's been on fire, man. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He had the last fight, as you guys recall, he TKO checked Congo.
Loved it.
But on the other side, Stefan Struve defeated Dave Herman via TKO. Huh?
Yeah.
Stefan, right.
No, I know Stefan Struve.
Oh, Dave Herman, right, via TKO. And then if you recall, the fight he had before he fought Dave Herman, he submitted Pat Barry. So they're both on the roll right now.
Yes.
So that's what's
Who you
going
going
to
with?
Huh?
Who you going with?
I'm going to go with, I think Mark Hunt might chop down that tree, son.
I think he can, because I think we've seen Stefan Struve's chin touched, and I'm telling you, if Mark Hunt hits it,
Yeah. A little drool. Like,
so I want to see Mark Hunt win just because he's an old dog.
yes. Now, the next heavyweight bout.
I got one of them, Shane De La Rosa.
Well, see
Rosario.
how you pull this shit?
Yay.
See, let me tell you something about George, my partner here, guys. See, the name, he leaves the name
Step on me, cock. That's what it looks
Stipe
like.
Miocic, okay? Stipe Miocic. Because he knew the name was difficult. So he immediately said the other fighter's name, so I would be
still
stuck with
screwed
them
it up.
and look incompetent, which we all know I am very
Anyway, that
incompetent.
dude Stipe, he's 8-0 with a notable win over Joey, the Executioner Beltran.
Yes, and if you guys recall, Shane Del Rosario, he actually he's coming over from Strikeforce, and he was 3-0 in Strikeforce. He has an undefeated record.
And he beat Pat Barry. I mean, not beat Pat Barry. He beat
LeVar
LeVar Johnson, who
yeah.
destroyed Pat Barry.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy he's no slouch.
Who you going with?
I'm definitely going with Rosario.
I'm going to step on me, cock.
Are you?
Yep.
Yeah, he's good. He's got, this guy, let me tell you a little bit about him. He's a wrestler, and he's a Golden Gloves boxer. So, I mean, he's got the tools.
Is he the baddest ever?
He is not the baddest ever like Krispy Kreme. He is definitely not like Krispy Kreme.
I have that damn song stuck in my head.
It's going to be stuck in my head, too, man, but it's worth it. Now, the next heavyweight bout features Roy Nelson versus Dave Herman. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I just don't see Dave Herman. Roy Nelson he's lost 3 of his last four fights, but
you got to look who he
two
lost
of the
to.
people that he's lost to are getting ready to fight for the heavyweight championship, UFC Heavyweight Championship. And the other one is Fabricio Verdum.
Right. So he basically, it looks like he can handle anyone that's not in the top 5.
Right, and all those fights went to decision. I mean, it wasn't like he got knocked out. All those people had to fight him to a decision.
And Dave Herman
was snoring the last time.
Not a top 5 fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see that. So I have Roy Nelson. I think he'll be real technical about it, and as
I'll
of
be
late, the
interested.
Roy Nelson we've seen has been in great shape.
I'll be interested to see what. Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. I'd be interested to see what he looks like physically, because we all think that Roy Nelson should cut to 205. I mean,
so too.
I don't think he could beat John Jones, but
see, now you know why. Now I know I'm going to get a rash of shit for this, but because I said, do you know who I think could actually be a decent fight against John Jones? I thought if he sucked down to 205, I told George this. I said I thought that Roy Nelson would be, and the reason is because he's got a great chin,
and he's got all the tools, and he's got the jiu-jitsu.
And he's strong.
The knock I think on Roy Nelson his whole entire career is he just doesn't take this shit serious.
Yeah,
he
runs out of steam.
Right, he doesn't take the training serious. The only thing he seriously does is eat. And that's why he's got that ginormous belly.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he's so fucking talented.
Yeah,
God, he's unbelievable.
He just doesn't care.
He's got something. Yeah, he just. I mean,
it's sad.
Yeah. Well, I hope he does win this fight. And one of the reasons, I mean, not saying anything from Dave Herman because he's all these guys are great fighters, but Roy Nelson is entertaining as shit, and he's a good fighter. And I think everybody likes to see him fight. I know I like to see him fight. He did have a couple fights there where a little bit okay, come on, Roy. But for the most part, he's a great fighter. I mean, to be able to hang with some of the best and never be on your back or get carried out on the stretcher, that's impressive to me. Now, Cain Velasquez, former UFC heavyweight champion, will be fighting Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Both of these guys, this is the redemption match for them because they both need to totally redeem themselves. Velasquez got destroyed by Junior Dos Santos in his last outing. Antonio Bigfoot Silva was snoring at the hands of Daniel Cormier in his last outing.
And you know what? Cormier's hand still ain't right.
Yeah.
So old cinder block head. I'm going with Silva.
Right.
I think Velasquez is about to drop 2 in a row. I think Velasquez is about to drop 2 in a row.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
I'm sure Velasquez is the favorite, though, right?
I don't know, but this is one thing I want everybody to think about too. I don't know what Vegas has, who is the favorites, but Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier train together, and they're not similar in stature. Velasquez is a bigger guy,
yes,
but they both have good hands.
Mm-hmm.
They both obviously have somewhat similar fighting styles and similar backgrounds, and we saw how Bigfoot Silva was susceptible to Cormier's hands. So I think there could be a repeat.
Like I said, I'm going Cain Velasquez for the win. Second round TKO.
So, and I'm going to go with Cain Velasquez for the win. Now, Moving on to the UFC Heavyweight Championship that will headline all these tremendous heavyweight bouts that we get to be a part of. Is going to be Junior Dos Santos, who's the current champion, going up against Frank Mir. And he is the stand-in for Alistair Overeem, I think, who everybody really wanted to see.
Overroyd?
Yeah, Overroyd, failed the test, Nevada Athletic Commission, fuck, you got to go. Which was a big disappointment for everybody. But Frank Mir was the stand-in. I don't...
Can Dana White stop acting so fucking surprised when these guys get busted? Like, here's what I don't understand. Like, oh, I can't believe... Blah, 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 blah. He goes on these little tirades like he's shocked and confused and doesn't understand what just happened. Like, are you pissed off because they looked at you in the face and they lied to you? Or are you pissed off because they got busted and fucked up your card?
I would be pissed off because they got busted and fucked up my card and fucked up my wallet.
He just acts like so like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Really? You can't believe that Alistair Overeem tested positive for steroids?
Well, but I mean,
that's the shocking part.
But you got to understand, George, if he can't, he's going to look incompetent if he says like this, yeah, I can see it. Then everybody's going to be like, well, then why would you sign a guy like that?
No,
and put him on your main card?
It's just, to me, it's so fake.
Yeah.
It's just, instead of being so like enraged and upset about it, be like, yeah, we'll see what we can do. But he gets, I can't believe he did. Blah, blah, blah. Like he gets just so this fake emotion.
Dana White, he has his blog. He drops. He doesn't give a fuck what he says.
And that's
I would be more like just like this. You know what? I'm fucking pissed as shit because I fucked up. I took a chance on this guy because I knew it'd be a big fucking draw. And you know what? I knew it was taking a chance. And it came back and bit me in my fucking ass. But he doesn't. He takes the other route. He's just like.
He freaks out. And instead, we get to see Junior Dos Santos versus the fill-in kid, Frank Mir. I'm tired of Frank. I cannot stand Frank Mir.
And I'm agree with you 100% on it. I
hope Junior just dismantles him, and then Frank Mir can go back. But you know what? I have a feeling this is the type of match where Frank Mir excels. I bet he comes to the ring just cool. If Frank Mir comes to the ring calm and cool, he's going to win the fight.
And Frank Mir has the tools to do it.
Yeah, Frank Mir's a... supremely talented heavyweight. He's got great jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's got good stand-up. He screwed up when he tried to play the size game with Brock Lesnar, which at the time, there's not a heavyweight in the UFC who's going to play the size and athletic thing with Brock Lesnar.
No.
You beat Brock Lesnar by punching him in the head because he doesn't like it. But to me, Brock Lesnar was the most freakish athlete in the heavyweight class, maybe in the UFC.
Yeah, it's amazing. You're right. I mean, it is amazing how styles make fights. And Junior Dos Santos, I mean, obviously he did put away Cain Velasquez. And I will say this about Junior Dos Santos. He has improved with every fight. Like, I mean, you're like, wow. Like, there was a time where I'm like, okay, he's very technical. He gets the decision. And then lately, I'm like, he looks
way more fluid than he used to.
Yeah.
He used to look
better.
Stiff.
Yeah.
But now, his stand-up's good. No one, in the Cain fight, it never went to the ground. No one tried to take anyone down. But I don't think Frank Mir would be able to get Junior to the ground.
Yeah.
And I really don't think he wants to try any leg holds or knee bars.
He gets up about an inch because Dos Santos is about 6'4", Mir's about 6'3".
They're about the same size. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Me personally, I'm going with Junior in this one.
I'm gonna go with Junior Dos Santos, and I will say this: Frank Mir is, he has the ability to submit you. He's great on the ground. He does have some big hands, but I really think that Frank Mir has to get it done in the early rounds. It's a 5-round fight. I don't think he is conditioned as Junior Dos Santos. As Junior Dos Santos has gone the distance several times. He's just in great shape.
It'll be interesting to see if this gets into the championship rounds. If this gets in the round 4 or 5, I think the edge has to be towards Junior. I'm with you. Frank Mir needs to end this early. And let's face it, Frank Mir just broke the arm of someone I'm sure Junior trains with, or is at least grown up maybe admiring, or with Nog.
Nog, yeah.
But
anyway, we're excited about it. Hope you guys are excited about it. Take your asses over to uncutsports.com. You can sign in via your Facebook.
And download our podcast.
Yeah, download our podcast. We're really trying to push the podcast. It's there. Everything is on that site, so it does make it a lot easier.
And we even put it on our site for you people who I understand don't belong to the evil empire that is Apple, and you don't want to use their products. That's great. So you know what we did? We also made our podcast available on our own site.
So if you just go there, you can click on the podcast. You can sign in with your Facebook, and you get to see not only the Uncut G. Mm-hmm. You get to see all the blogs, all the videos. So there's a lot more content over there, too. So, and hopefully if we got any talented writers out there, you could be a part of it. So we are out the fucking door.
Deuces.